Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, Shades of Jade Crochet, where we are going to be doing a flower crochet square, granny square. And I'm going to use these 3 different colors. You can use whichever colors you want. This is going to be for the flower petals, this is going to be for the border, and this is going to be for the center color. And then I have this 5mm hook that I wrapped in baking clay. It's comfortable. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Alright, so we're gonna bring out our first color. It's gonna be the center of the flower. We're gonna start with a magic ring. And you could do a chain 3, or you can do a single crochet and build on top of it like I do. So I'm going to do a single crochet first. And then we're going to make another single crochet on top of that one. And then we're going to do a chain 1 and another double crochet. And a chain 1, double crochet. So we're just going to keep doing that. And by the end of the round, you should have 8 double crochets and 8 chain spaces for a total of 16 all the way around. Alright, so jumping into round 2, we're just going to slip stitch get into the chain space. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the chain space. If you don't want to do the double crochet the way I'm doing it, you're just going to do a chain 3 and then a double crochet next to it. And then you're going to do a front post double crochet in the last round's double crochet. So you're going to have to go under the stitch, not through the stitch. So let's do that again just so I can go over it with you guys. So you yarn over and then you go under the stitch in between the 2 spaces. Then we pull through and finish the double crochet like normal. This is what's called a front post double crochet. And we're just going to keep doing that over and over again. 2 double crochets in the chain spaces from the last round and a double crochet, front post double crochet in the double crochets from the last round. Alright, this is what it should look like at the end of round 2. Now getting into round 3, we're going to get our second color, which I chose lavender for my petals. So what we're going to do is actually start with a standing stitch. So start with the loop on your hook. And we're going to work in the front post double crochets from the last round. So you're going to go in between that and do a front post single crochet. Okay, and then we're gonna chain 4. Once we have 4 chains, we're gonna do another front post single crochet, and that's gonna be the sequence for this round. So it's gonna be chain 4, front post single crochet, chain 4, front post single crochet. So you guys can follow along with me for a little bit longer, and then we're going to jump to round 4 in just a minute here. Alright, so at the end of round 4, this is what your work should look like so far. We're going to start off by slip stitching in the chain space, and we're going to start off with a double crochet or chain 3, whatever you prefer. I'm going to do mine this way, and then we're going to do another double crochet, and then a chain 2, and double crochet, and double crochet. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet in the single crochets from the last round. And we're just going to repeat this sequence after that. So it's 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and then a front post double crochet in the single crochet from the last round. So just follow along with me for a minute here, and we'll jump into round 5. Alright, so we're going to jump into round 5. Our last stitch, we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of round 4. We're going to slip stitch again, and we're going to slip stitch one more time to get into that chain space. And then from there, we're going to work a double crochet. And we're going to total 7 double crochets in this one chain space. So just follow along with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're then going to move on and do a front post single crochet where all of our front posts have been working. So from the last round, we're going to do a front post single crochet on that bar, and then we're going to do 7 double crochets in the chain space again. So we're pretty much just going to repeat that all the way around until we get to the end. So it's just 7 double crochets and a front post single crochet where the front post from the last rounds were. Alright, jumping into round 5, we are going to cut our second color and we're going to move on to our third color. which mine is white. You can choose whatever border color you want, but this is where we're gonna start our square. So we are gonna start with this standing stitch. So what I'm gonna do is just start with the loop on the hook, and we're gonna do a half double crochet standing stitch in the front post. Now we're going to chain 4, 3, 4, and then we're going to single crochet in the 4th double crochet in this petal. So through both loops, single crochet. And then we're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a half double crochet where the front post normally goes. And we're just going to do that all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in the 4th double crochet, and so on and so forth. So follow along with me for just a couple minutes here, and then we'll go on to round 7. Alright, so this is what we're looking at the end of row 6, and we're gonna get into row 7. This is gonna be our last row. So I slip stitched in the first stitch from row 6, and we're just gonna slip stitch again to get into this chain space, and we're gonna chain 2. This is gonna count as a half double crochet, and then we're gonna do another half double crochet. Alright, and then I'm just gonna scoot this over a little bit, and then we're gonna do 2 single crochets. Alright, and then we're gonna mirror what we just did, so 2 single crochets, and 2 half double crochets. Just follow along because this next step is going to be different. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, get some slack here, 2, 3, and we're going to do 2 treble crochets. So a treble is when you yarn over twice. You're going to pull through 2 each time. So yarn over twice, and you pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, and yeah, we're just not going to work in these single crochets, so this one is going to go into a chain 2, and then we're going to mirror what we just did. So we're going to do 2 treble crochets, 1, 2, and we're going to do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. All right, and that's what makes your corner. Okay, and then we're gonna go into 2 half double crochets, Oh, slipped out. Let's try that again. 2 half double crochets and then 2 single crochets. Alright, so that's gonna make your corner. So we're just gonna keep doing the same thing, pretty much mirroring all the way across. So we're just gonna do that all the way around. 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets, 3 double crochets, 2 treble crochets, and a chain 2 space, and just keep doing that until we get to the end, and we're gonna slip stitch in that last one. I'll meet you guys at the end. Alright, so we're at the end of the round, and you can stop here if you like, but personally I like to clean it up some more. So I am going to go around and just put a single crochet in every stitch of the last round, and on the corners I'm going to do 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet, just to get a nice sharp corner. So just gonna keep going around doing single crochets. You can follow along with me for a bit here until I get to the corner. I'll show you how to do the corner, and then I'll meet you guys at the end of this round. And then I'm gonna do some blocking, so just follow along with me here for a second. So 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and then make sure to still work in this stitch right here. Alright, so that made a nice little sharp corner. And you're just gonna go around the whole square like that. Alright, so once we're done with that last row, which is this single crochet row right here, I usually like to pin it up and steam it. And once you're done steaming it, it should, make the fabric a lot flowier and smoother. Because once you're done, you're going to realize it's a little bit wrinkled. So I always pin up my projects, and I'll show you what it looks like in the next picture. Okay, so this is what your granny square flower should look like at the end after you have pinned it up and stretched it out. Please like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this for you guys. Stay tuned for the next video coming out every other Friday. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.